Hi everyone, welcome back. In the last video, we fixed the bug in our search bar. And now, in this video, we are going to learn about routing and build a new feature in our application. So to do routing, we are going to use an external library that is called React Router. And we are going to install this library in our application. And we are also going to use its latest version 6.4 in our application. So let's learn how we can use this library to do routing in our React application. So first we have to go to this tab, getting started, and in the tutorial section, so click on this tutorial section and you will come to this page, this tutorial page. And the first thing that we have to do is to install this React Router DOM library. So let's copy this thing and let's come to our application. And first of all, we have to stop our application, or we can open a new terminal and here we can install it. So npm install React Router DOM. So we are installing this package. Click, press enter, and okay, so React Router DOM is installed in our application. Let me confirm it in this package.json file. So you can see over here we are seeing React Router DOM. That means we have this package installed in our application. You might be wondering what is this package.json file. So don't worry about it now. I'm going to explain each and everything in a later videos, so stay tuned for that. So now let's come to our React Router DOM website and let's see what we have to do next. We have to add a router. So how we can add a router? So first of all, we have to import these two things, create browser router and router provider, from this React Router DOM library. So let's copy this thing and paste it in our main.jsx file. So let me copy it and come to our main.jsx file. Let me paste it over here. So we are okay, not here. Okay, so we are importing these two files, create browser router and router provider, from this React Router DOM library. And what do we have to do next? We have to create this router. So now let's copy this router and I will explain what this router does, and let me paste it over here above this, and let me paste it over here. So let me tell you what this thing is doing. So we are creating a browser router. So this browser router, this create browser router, takes an array of all your routes. So for example, if the path is slash, then we have to render this element hello world. Okay, so if the path is slash, then render this element hello world. Let me add another path. So first of all, you have to make an object. You have to pass this path, and what should we pass? Slash, let's say movie. Let's say movie, and let's render this element. Render this div, and it says movie. Okay, this is enough. So this create browser router takes an array of objects of your routes. So the first route is slash, and when the route is slash, we have to render this hello world. And if the route, or if the path is slash movie, then we have to render this movie div. Okay, what do we have to do next? And next we have to provide this router to our application. So let me provide this router to my application. Instead of rendering app over here, we have to do router provider. Router is equals to router. Okay, so now let's see whether our application works or not. So right now the path is slash. Let me show you slash, and it is rendering hello world. What if I do slash movie? It says movie. So whenever the path is slash, I am rendering this element, this div world, and whenever the path is slash movie, I am rendering this element or this div movie. So does it look good? No, right? What I want, whenever the path is slash, when someone visits our application, what should we show them? We should show them our application. So instead of rendering this div, instead of showing this div, let's show our app, right? The app that we made. So now let's check our application, and let's go to the path slash. Okay, so right now the path is slash, and when the path is slash, we are rendering what? We are rendering app. Now, what if I go to this movie section or this movie path? So slash movie, it is showing this movie. Instead of showing this movie, let's show a different component. Let's call it movie details component. So let me make a new component and let me call it movie details dot jsx, and let me write this component very quickly. Movie details is an arrow function, and this arrow function returns a JSX. Let me write this. For now, let me write this movie detail. Are we good? One thing left, we have to export this file. So export default movies detail. Okay, so movies detail. And now in our main.jsx file, when the path is slash movie, let's show the movie details page, right? So movie details, and we are importing this movie details from component slash movie details. Okay, so if the path is slash movie, we are showing this movie details component, and if the path is slash, we are showing this app component. So let me check whether it works or not. So right now the path is slash movie, it is showing me this movie detail, and if I go to this slash path, it is showing our application, so it works. Okay, so let me revise what we did. We created this create browser router. It takes an array of objects of your routes. So first route is slash. When the route is slash, I am rendering or I am showing this app component, and if the path is slash movie, I am showing this movie details. Okay, so here let me make this path dynamic. Slash colon id, it means this id can change. The value of id is not fixed. Like here the movie is fixed, but the id over here is not fixed. Now what I want, whenever I click on this movie, I should go to this movies detail page. If I click on this movie, I should go to its movie detail page. If I click on this movie, I should go to its movie detail page. So how do we make this feature? So let me come over here. Let me go to this movie card. Here we have this movie card. Here what we can do, we can use this link element that this React Router DOM library provides. So link, it is like the anchor tag in HTML. Link and to. So in this curly braces, we have to pass the path of the route. So what we want, slash movie slash backticks slash dollar sign, and here what we pass, movie dot id. Okay, and it is showing me an error because let me cut it and let me wrap it the div inside this link element, and let's see whether this works or not. It's saying link is not defined because I think we forgot to import this link element. So let me import this link element. Import curly braces link, it is an named export. Okay, and now I think it should work. Okay, it is working. So let me click on this movie. Okay, so we are going to this movie detail page. Okay, if I click on this, okay, we are going to this movie detail page, and if you see, if I click on this movie, see the URL, it is showing movie 653346. Let me come back and let me click on this. It is showing 1011. So this is the movie ID of this Kung Fu Panda, and if I click on this, this is the movie ID of this Kingdom movie. Okay, so we are getting this movie ID. So why we need this movie ID? Basically we need this movie ID to fetch the movie details from TMDB API, which we are going to do in our next video. And let me make a back button over here in this movie detail page, and when I click on this back button, I should go back to the home page, right? So how do we make, instead of this, let me write a button and let's call it back, and let's give some CSS padding to rounded to Excel, and let's give background color BG gray 300. Let me see how it looks. It looks cool. And what I should do, when I click on this button, I should go back to our home page. So we are going to use again the link element that React Router DOM provides. Okay, link to where we want to go, and we want to go to this slash, that means home page. Okay, now let's cut it from here and wrap it this button around. Okay, it is not working because I have to cut this thing and paste it over here, and let's see whether it works or not. So if I click on this back button, it is showing all the movies. So if I click on this Kung Fu Panda movie, I am on the movie details page, and if I click on this back button, I should redirect to our home page, and we are on our home page. Let me summarize what we did. First, we installed a new package, that is React Router DOM. Then in our main.jsx file, we created this router using this create browser router function that React Router DOM provides. This create browser router takes an array of routes. So the first route is slash. When the route is slash, when the path is slash, I should render this element, app element. And if the path is slash movie slash colon id, then I should render this movie detail page. Okay, and then we provided this router to our application, and we also use this link element that React router provide to go from one page to another page without reloading. What do you mean by without reloading? So if you see this button, okay, so when I click on this movie, the page isn't refreshing. Okay, when I click on this movie, the page isn't refreshing. This is why we used this React Router DOM. Without refreshing, we are like going from one page to another page, and this is what we call client side routing, which we will discuss in our upcoming videos. So this is it for this video. In the next video, we are going to build this movie details page. We are going to write a custom hook to fetch the details of the movie, and then we will show all the details of the movie in this page, movie details page. So stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.